hope, joy, grace, and love. We are a brand new organization that focuses on inspiring and inspiring all of us to live in our possible.
Yes.
Okay?
Living my possible.
That is our
Yes.
phrase. That is our.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yes.
With God, all things are possible.
Yes, period.
Yes. Yes.
Stop. But no, amen.
You want to welcome the guests that we have?
I am going to welcome the guests. First, I got a little more to tell them about Royal Ladies of Truth.
All right,
One
then.
second. Okay, so you guys don't know who we are technically if you're tuning in for the first time. So we're living our possible. That's what we go by here. Not only are we an organization, but we are also mother and daughter.
We are mother and
That's
daughter.
my mom.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Yes, yes.
So we're definitely going to have a variety of perspectives on each topic of the day.
Help us, Lord.
Amen. So my first question will be to the founder of Ladies of Truth,
Yes.
Mrs. L.A.
Yes.
How did the slogan, Living My Possible, come to life, and what does it mean to you?
Well, I was thinking about the scripture, but with God, all things are possible. And if with God, all things are possible, then why should we limit ourselves?
Ooh.
Let us be at our best potential, utilizing every gift that God has given us. And anything that has laid dormant, awaken it. Awaken it in the name of Jesus. And because of that, the Lord put in my heart, live your possible. And I said, all right. So we coined the phrase, living my possible.
Yeah.
That's action. We are in action, actually living my possible.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Great. Well, thank you. Now, we got some guests in the building today.
We have guests in the building, and we have guests online, too.
And we have guests on our phones because
Yes.
technology is great. We have
It
actually
is.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guests.
Yes.
3 that you guys cannot see. 3 in the building. So let me introduce the ones in the building
All right.
first.
All
All
right.
right. So first over here in our lovely orange fleece, we have Miss Ashley K. Just in case we don't want the government out. Ashley K.
Yes.
All right. She is a graduate of Albany State University. All
Yes.
right. And a psych major. All right. And she
Yes.
represents our single women today.
Mhm.
All right. That is her brackets. That is her demographic. She is a single woman, millennial in 2020.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Next up, we have
Welcome.
Mr. John Norris, aka Snacks, to those who know him and love him.
All right.
Okay, he is a
Yes.
graduate of Morehouse University of Atlanta, Georgia.
All
All right.
Welcome.
And welcome,
Yay.
Snacks. And he represents our single man
All
of
right.
2020. That is his demographic.
You got to represent now
I
among
got
all
to.
these
Tell
ladies.
people-
Yes.
Tell people, hey,
Only one
Snacks.
choice.
All right.
You get it?
Next, we have the lovely Miss Brianna H.
All right.
Hey, she is a
Hello.
graduate of FAMU.
right.
Okay.
Go Rattlers.
And she represents the women in relationships of 2020. And she is a millennial as well. We are all in
In
that
the
segment.
relationship. All right.
Yes, all right.
Mhm.
Me and my mother are commentators. So we're not technically in a category, but if I had to put her in a category, she is going to chime in. She's been married for almost 40 years to Miss LA.
Yes.
Shout out to Love, 40 years strong.
Yes.
3 kids still kicking it. That's
Yes.
great. All right. So
Yes.
thank you for being
And
here
still
today.
dating.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Message. Still dating. Y'all take notes. Okay. All right. So next we have, I'm going to introduce you to my guest on the phone. Number 1, my good God brother, Mr. Christopher D.
All right.
He represents the married men. Say hello to the people. All right, he's there. He represents married men of 2020.
All right.
And then we have Miss K D.
Yes.
She represents married women
Yes.
from the 20th century.
From the 20th century. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Hello, everyone.
Hello there.
Strong.
Yes.
And last but never least, never ever, our last invisible guest of the day.
Yes. One of my mentors. Yes.
One of my mother's mentors and something like a grandmother to me growing up.
Yes.
Sarah Gator Lover.
Yes.
Miss Reverend. Ooh, we lost somebody. McBride.
Reverend McBride. Yay.
Reverend McBride is amazing. Voice of wisdom.
Yes, she
Wherever
is.
there's chaos, wherever there's anything but anything that is not decent in order, she will put it in order.
Yes, she will.
Okay. So we love Reverend McBride. Reverend McBride, are you there?
Yes.
Yes. Hey, Reverend McBride.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hello. All right, y'all. So the topic of the day is going to be dating in the 20th century versus 2020. All right.
21st century, right?
2020. 21st
Okay.
century, but
All right.
it's cute. You know how, 2020.
Okay. I got it. All right.
20.
All right.
Yes. So we're dating in the 21st century right now. This is the year 2020. And as you all know, we do have a lot of changes that have come about
Really?
in the years from dating from your time to this time.
My time.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
What is your time?
Mm.
What is your time?
Sound like I was under the rock.
No, you definitely were not under the rock. You were definitely not. Plymouth Rock did not land on you. Okay.
Well, why don't we start with a couple of the fun facts?
All right, let's do it. Oop, oh my God, mother. All right, that's what you were talking about. All right, fun facts. All right, y'all. So, getting into this whole dating topic, it made me look back and research where dating came from, what the concept is, and just look back at the little history. So I'm gonna give y'all some fun facts about dating. Okay, you listening? You ready?
Ready?
All my guests here near and far. All right. So this comes from a man, Mr. Maura Wiggles, who wrote a book, Labor of Love, The Invention of Dating. All right. So he literally studied the history and gave us the best facts of the facts.
Right.
Number one, it wasn't always called dating. All right. The context of relationships reaches back to 1896. It was first used in a newspaper column in which a young man laments. What does laments mean, Mom, to the people in the back?
Laments.
Oh, she said it right.
Laments. He is so sorrowful and heartbroken.
He is so sad. A young man was sad that his girlfriend was seeing other people that they are filling. He said they are filling all my dates, as in the dates on her calendar.
Mm-hmm.
And that is when dates came to life.
Oh.
He was a newspaper writer, and he said, they filling the dates of my girl.
He was
Oh.
hurt.
He was hurt. He was hurt. He was hurt, babe, for sure. So that is when everybody's, dates. Okay. And let's see, in 1900s, this is what was funny to me, y'all. Listen, in the 1900s, dating could be a felony.
Really?
A felony? Yes.
This is one source. All right.
So no, this history. He
Okay.
studied this.
All right.
This is a book.
Let's
Okay.
see. What does it say?
At the turn of last century, dating was still a new concept, and law enforcement wasn't sure what to make of it. But they were sure something sordid was going on. A young man and woman meeting in public, him buying her food, drink, and gifts. Well,
What?
it was either prostitution in the eyes of authorities, and women could be arrested for it
Oh my.
in the 1900s.
Just the
y'all.
women?
Yes, just the women. 'Cause
Not
you
much
know,
has changed.
you know how that goes.
Mhm.
Of course. Okay.
All right.
Another fact about dating that no one knew: dating introduced privacy to the process of courtship. Ironically, a man and a woman meeting in public was the best way to have some privacy. Before dating, courtship involved suitors calling in prospective partners in the family home, and since mansions were not a thing, it meant the parlor or kitchen where they were all the eyes
That's right.
and ears were close by. It was funny because me and my mom were talking about this earlier, and she literally said this before I read it.
Yes.
So what did that look
I
like?
lived it.
Yeah, what did that look like?
Yes. Receiving company. Yes, we received company. They came in, they sat down, we sat down. We were in the what we call parlor or formal living room. The doors were open all around. The echoes in the house. There was no whispering. If it got too quiet for too long, there was you could hear shuffling. You could hear pots. And also when the television came about, and we used to have television where we could roll the different rooms on a cart. You might have the television playing. You couldn't play it too loud because they need to be able to hear what you were talking about.
Oh wow! So
Yes.
dating came about as a
lived
form of
that.
private. Sorry, it worked out.
Yes, I'm just having a flashback.
Anyway, we'll get into that later.
Yes.
Get into some of those moments. But
So let's begin asking some questions. Let's get right on into it and be able to bring in our and then we also leave it open for you all to ask questions that you may have at this time. Take full advantage of Reverend McBride, who is just filled with experience and information and good words of wisdom and wonderful nuggets, as well as my sister Kay. Yes.
All right. So yeah, basically dating was a form of privacy for young couples in the 1900s. That's how it became popular. And it's evolved. You know, department stores profited off of it because they promoted buying women the nicest things, jewelry, charms, all that. And apparently makeup wasn't even a thing before dating. Okay. It said in the 1900s, the only women who wore painted faces were who?
Yikes.
The actresses
and
prostitutes.
Wow.
Okay. It was said that the natural look was solidly demonstrated for clean living. If you had a natural face, like if you was Ashley over there, she's natural bae, they would be like, oh, she's pure, she's dateable, she's ready. But to make their product mainstream, cosmetic industries renamed the goods makeup with the lofty, admirable goal of making oneself up to impress femininity.
Yes.
All right, so this is the background of dating, y'all. This is where it came.
And she was determined to complete that list.
I didn't finish. But that makeup one got me earlier because I was like, nah, makeup started with dating.
But we're talking about America too. So
this is America. Yes. All right, y'all.
Or was that European in Europe as well?
This is Euro and American, yeah. So that was
all right. So let's move right along.
All right, y'all. So dating in 2020. I'm gonna ask Ashley the first question. Everyone, listen up. It's question and answer time. We're gonna get in.
But everyone can chime in.
Anyone can chime in. Yes. All right.
We're having a conversation, so let's go.
All right. So to you, Ashley, what is dating?
Ooh.
In 2020, dating
to you,
to me, currently is small conversation between two people about an established date, an established time, and an established place. It could happen one day with one person and another day with another.
Period.
And as far as the technicality of it, there's no form of permanency. So you could date someone for one day and one day only, enjoy yourself, and go about your separate ways. So technically, there aren't to be any ties of any other kind as far as physicality or any of those other things. It's just a nice, enjoyable outing, and then moving on. Now,
all right.
if we actually do that is the question.
Are y'all talking about is the question
So that's the
date
ideal.
or
What
Dating.
is dating?
I said multiple.
Wait. Is there a difference to you?
between a date and dating?
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead and listen.
Let's hear it.
It might not necessarily be a difference to me, but
In
if you
general.
decide to take a young lady out on a to dine, grab some dinner, and you pay for it, she may think that it's a date, but that may not necessarily be a date.
And what defines or differentiates that in your mind?
I would say, I guess the purpose.
The purpose?
Yeah.
Expound on that a little bit.
So, am I trying to get to know her like in a more intimate way, as far as moving forward to a relationship, or am I just doing it because I'm hungry?
Oh my God!
Okay.
Rewind.
This
Right.
is no, but this is good. This is good. Now I have a question because ladies, I want you to respond to this. But Christopher, can you chime in and then and then I want the ladies to chime in, and then Reverend McBride and Sister Kay, I want you to chime in on that. Okay.
Right.
So Christopher.
Okay, you're the other guy. But okay, remember y'all, Snacks is a single one. Chris is a married one. Okay. Chris, what is dating to you?
Or if you can just piggyback on what he said.
Dating to me is the process of getting to know somebody and in a romantic sense with the mindset and preparation to for them potentially being a spouse. That's what dating means to me. Is going from situation we are just friends to actually being in romantic pursuit. So there's a romantic connotation to it. There is I like you, you like me. We have agreed that we want to get to know each other in the pursuit of potentially taking it further in our relationship up until marriage. I feel like that.
All right, well, I'm gonna piggyback off Snacks. That was a good answer. You married. I like that. but so he's gonna be proud. But look, so he said, what if he wants to go out to eat with a girl? He is hungry. It may not be that. Okay?
So how do you differentiate?
How do you differentiate that?
To the young lady?
How do
Yes.
you differentiate that? Well, for me, it's like man is the pursuer, and so I believe that based on his intentions, that's what the differentiation is. And as a man in the leading of that relationship, he should be the one to divide the ambiguity. So it should be
I
a
agree.
situation like, hey, I like you, I'm pursuing you, and so there's no gray. It's like very clear. It should be very clear in the fact that I'm pursuing you. I want to get to know you in that way. So for me, if a man is pursuing you, he's going to establish himself as pursuing you. And so that's the difference.
All right.
If he's in pursuit, that's dating.
So he needs to say what it is.
Yes.
Yes.
He just says the moment he defines it, that's when it's dating. If he don't define it, if he don't put nothing on it, don't make any assumptions.
Ooh, if he don't say it, don't assume it.
If he exactly, that's good. That's something to remember,
Ooh,
young ladies.
hashtag if he don't say it, don't assume it.
But for the record,
That's
the beginning
good.
of mine was pre-established.
Pre-established. Ashley's she's already making no assumptions. So we going out. Is
No
this a date?
assumptions,
Are you
2020.
hungry?
We hungry? We hungry.
Brianna is a relationship one. Remember, she's been in the game. Same man, actually, for pretty while. Yeah.
Oh my God.
She's consistent. I like her.
So
All right.
how long have you been in a relationship?
We've been together since 2012.
All
so
right.
It'll be 8 years this year.
Yes.
8 years.
Yeah.
But there was a time.
There was a break.
She's
so
spilling the beans.
There was a
so,
break.
So there was a break. So we were together from 2012 to 2017. We broke up in 2017. And then we started talking again in 2018. And then we started officially dating again in 2019.
Yes, Love Wins 2019.
All right.
Yeah, but we were young. So we were 19 and 20 when we started dating. So 8 years sounds like, dang, y'all been together for a long time. But it's young. Like, we were 19 and 20. Nobody, like, we're young. We're still young now, but
Okay.
So
we
they
were
was
dating
like
young.
talking,
Okay.
dating, and then dating.
All right.
So Brianna, what is dating to you though? Because you said there's a difference between you dating then and now. So what is dating to you? And I want to expound upon that question. What's dating to you, and how do you think you all's dating has changed?
Okay. So dating to me, I agree with my sister Ashley.
Sister.
My sister girl. But no, dating to me is basically you're in pursuit of getting to know somebody to potentially want to be with them. And so, what was the second question?
I mean, dating to you, what is it, and how has it changed for you all, specifically you and your mate?
How's it changed?
Mm-hmm.
From when you were younger to now.
Okay, so I would say we're more mature now. I think you kind of always have an idea of what you want, but when you're growing and developing, that idea changes of what you want. So I definitely I've seen our relationship evolve and mature because some things I wanted back then, I don't necessarily want now, or some things I would put up with back then, I'm not going to put up with now, and vice
No.
versa.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Ooh,
so
good
that's
point.
kind of the beauty in relationships, is to grow with each other and see each other evolve for the better.
Yes, for the better, you
For the
hope.
better.
And that was
Okay.
good, for the better, because
Okay.
that's how you know.
All
If it, like you said in the recording,
Mm-hmm.
don't try to change them. You can leave them if you're not married. And there's no contracts, okay?
Right.
So that's good.
And so let's bring in Reverend McBride and Sister Kay to chime in and give us some words of wisdom in
Yes.
regard to a young person that's interested in dating and being in a committed relationship versus someone that just wants to just date around just to play the field, if that's an should that be an option, or is that an option?
All right. Miss Kay, you have been married for how many years?
40.
40? Oh, y'all better be
Congratulations.
marriage twins. That's nice. 40. All right. So you're doing something right. That's good. All right.
Can
so
we bring them both in at the same time so we can have a conversation?
Initial days of my husband and I, we still date. We still have the date day that we commit to strictly each other. But we may just go to a movie, go out to dinner, and it's all about spending time. After being married for 40 years, you know the person really well.
Right.
But sometimes your schedules and stuff like that do not allow you to spend quality time with that individual. So we take that time for each other, and that day is dedicated to spending time together.
spending time
Just
together.
to get to know each other, just to get to listen to each other, talk to each other.
That's important.
That's our time that we have set aside to spend together.
That's right.
And that's 40 years. So you're basically saying even in your marriage you continue to date because you have to continue to get to know that person, which is
That's right.
very true.
To put time to and develop your relationship. Dating initially, was getting to know the individual, getting to know whether you wanted to spend more time with that individual.
Right. Right.
And each date you built on that. And during that particular time, you discovered, hey, this person is not right for me, and this person is right for me.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how you.
The process of elimination. That's what I like to call it. Yes. Hunger Games. Sorry, the odds are not in your favor. Moving on. Thank you. Next. Thank you, Ariana. All right. So,
Reverend McBride.
Reverend McBride.
Yes,
Hello, our wise owl.
I'm here.
We are listening to you dating. What is it to you? Do you think pretty much everyone has it spot on? Would you add anything, take anything away?
I am so far removed from dating, but what I have heard, I think the basics, we have to identify who we are and what are we looking for. If you, I'll give you an example. If you're not interested in sports, why would you go in a sports store?
Okay.
And if you know who you are and what you're looking for, then I would try to gravitate toward that person. But now you have social media,
Mm-hmm.
and people put a face out there that's not them.
That's true.
And we keep throwing out people so we get the right one. It's not the right way to go.
Okay.
We need
Ooh.
to set standards. What do you want?
Don't
What
waste
do
your
you
time.
want in a man?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I like
What do
that.
you want to be? What do you want to be? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Where do you want to be in 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
And set some goals for yourself. And don't sell yourself so cheap.
Ooh.
And I think it was Steve Harvey that said, "Don't give up the cookie.
Don't give up the cookie. Dating is
Don't give up the cookie." You're giving up the cookie too fast, and then we don't get to know people, and then we say, "Well, I'm not interested anymore." So there's still a mystery that we have to give off some mystery as women
that what is she like? Who is she? So I want to get to know her.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know everything about her, then there's nothing else to know.
Day one.
Right, that's
So-
true.
Done. Say that.
Yeah, I think dating in this age has changed so much now. It's all on social media.
Mm.
But we need to look in yourself. Who are you?
Okay.
What do you want?
Yes, and
And
one
don't
thing.
settle for anything less. Yeah, don't settle.
Don't
Good.
settle.
One thing I really liked was what she said. I'll put this on a T-shirt. If you don't like sports, why are you going to a sports store? And that is a good metaphor for dating because, like you said, set your standards. Know what you want. Because people are just
And know yourself.
know yourself. That was in the
yourself.
beginning. That was the beginning of the quote that you said. That was the last thing you said. Know yourself, because you just keep going out, wasting your time, putting yourself in front of people that have
Right.
nothing to do with what you
Or
got going
continue dating the same type person that
Mm.
you've already said you're not interested in.
No, you said
on.
something
Message,
right.
message, message,
You said
message. Yes, you already saw this fail
Mm-hmm.
multiple times. It's the same guy with a different face.
Mm.
Stop doing it. Okay,
I
insanity.
think that definition. Yeah, I was about to say that's insanity.
Doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
Hey, now.
And I saw a quote earlier
Yeah.
today, like you said, Reverend Bride, you were telling this man everything he needs to know, giving him all the cookies in one day, and they wonder why you don't hear from him the next day. The quote was,
Right.
my grandma told me, if you give a person too much too soon, they'll fall in
Yeah.
love with your hand and not your heart.
Mm.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Amen.
Just marinate. Yes,
Wow.
message. So yeah, that's
That was
really
deep.
true.
Yes.
All right, good. So we have established what dating is. All right. So moving on. Good job, guys. Good answers. I think we're on the same page. It's not too different from then and now. Dating is pretty much the same concept. Dating. All right. You guys got it right. The actual Google definition is dating is a stage of romantic relationships in humans whereby two people meet socially with the aim of each other assessing the other's suitability or prospective partner in an intimate relationship or marriage.
Mm-hmm.
That's dating. So, Ashley,
Mm.
my single gal,
Hey.
how has dating impacted your life? Sound effect.
Yeah, no. In the past, prior to 2020, sometimes it would impact it negatively, but that's like my mental state and my reaction. Kind of where I'm at right now is if a date doesn't go well, then a date doesn't go well and my day doesn't change.
Oh, good.
I enjoyed the food.
Thank you for the food. Amen.
Right. So if anything, if I'm not dating, I save money. If I am dating, I save money, and the day goes on, and that's my serious answer.
Yes, serious. I like that. Okay.
Man.
Right. Snacks, my single man. How has dating impacted your life? Your paycheck. Your wallet.
Don't affect mine. But I think my life, in the sense of evaluating who I am,
Ooh.
trying to like define, sometimes people think, even I think I'm worthy of certain things or I deserve certain things, but it's like, what do I bring to the table? What can I provide for my future wife, my future family? So like just trying to get that mental right and like in all aspects, spiritually, financially, emotionally, to, prepare myself for whenever I do find that lady.
Amen.
Ooh.
So that's how
sounds
it
good.
impacted me.
Message. Spiritually, mentally.
You said you're single, right?
right.
Yeah.
He's
He's
single,
single.
y'all.
By choice.
He's single by,
By
choice. Though.
choice.
So he's really not looking. He's single and not looking. He's not in that bracket. But if his wife,
He's
you know,
preparing. He's preparing.
But let's not forget
Preparation.
his last statement about sometimes he just wants to go out to eat.
sometimes you want to go out to
Yeah.
eat, y'all. So if y'all ever meet Snacks
But
out,
they will make it clear.
As
We
long
will
as
make
you're
it
clear.
clear.
no, but first of all,
But
Snacks did not
ladies-
say he was gonna make it clear.
That's true. That's true.
First of all,
It's
he
ambiguous.
First of all, he said at the end of the day, if she says the day, he's gonna be like, I was just hungry. So if y'all see Snacks.
But from this point on, he's going to make it
From
clear.
this point on, Snacks, are you gonna make it clear?
I mean,
But
yeah.
he's hesitating.
No, what I'm
He's
saying,
hesitating.
What I'm saying is like I never try to like deceive or like
But if they
set
presume,
wrong expectations,
Okay.
things of that
Okay.
nature.
okay.
So you
Yeah.
tell him from jump, hey, how do you tell a girl, I just want to go out to eat? Without saying that.
Without saying that, I mean, I feel like that's the only way to say it.
But what if
It's
she's
not
But
a-
then I
But-
think the point is, once it's said, ladies, don't say
Receive
that's what he's saying.
Receive it, receive it,
Mhm.
but I'm gonna get him. That's what he's saying. But he just needs to get to know me.
So don't take that as a challenge, is what you're
Right.
saying.
Right.
Exactly.
Take it for
Because
face value.
sometimes something,
Ooh.
but we don't receive it.
Mm.
We have our own agenda,
Mm.
and once he opens that door, we are determined to walk in our agenda.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's just counterproductive,
Yeah.
and it's a waste of time.
Mm.
Yeah, and it gets us in trouble, and it gets us in our feelings, and we're all worked up for what?
He already told you.
He
I'm
already
just
told you. I
hungry.
just want to get
I
something to
just
eat.
hungry.
We make up all these scenarios.
But
You
you
call our
right.
friend, oh, girl, he asked me to go get something to eat. What you think? Like, this it, y'all.
He literally said, "You
No.
pick," and you excited.
Right.
He gave me a choice. Oh,
He wants to marry me.
he's
I would-
interested in my
Pretty
thought
sure.
process.
Right.
Pretty sure he wants to marry me.
He's just hungry, sis.
Oh my goodness.
I would
just-
definitely say sometimes if you're a young lady that's out there on dates or getting lunch,
Call
it's
you?
that too. Feel free to ask that question as long as you don't ask that question in a weird way.
You mean the
As
what are we?
make things awkward or too pressure or too thirsty. You would be
Give
able
us
to
an example of an appropriate way.
see that's the
Is this a
difficult
date?
part.
That's me.
What are we? What are we?
What are we?
Not what are we? No,
Maybe
no, no.
not what are
Not
we.
what
That's-
are we?
that's too
First
deep.
of all, I just met you yesterday.
What is this?
Where
We
is
are
this going?
strangers. That's who we are.
Something light. Like you could. I've had a female friend go on a date with somebody and ask them like, "Is this a date or are we just eating?"
What are your
Ooh.
intentions?
And
Chris?
it's
Ashley
literally
was
that
straight up be like,
simple.
what are your
Sometimes
intentions? Okay.
sometimes you can ask it simple. Sometimes it depends on the guy that you're talking to too as well. Some people don't like stuff too much up front. But at the end of the day, if you're not prepared to ask that question, you're not prepared for that. To ask that question, like she said, don't assume.
Don't
Don't
assume.
assume.
All right.
I have a question.
Oh,
And
answer.
I know we have a list of. I have a question.
Okay.
Is it okay for two individuals that are dating, but one of the persons I'm dating an individual, and this other individual I know is only dating me, but I'm dating other people.
Skirt. What you don't know.
Is that kosher? Is that okay?
If you set those standards,
Yeah.
All right, wait. So I want Chris to answer this question first because we didn't hear from Chris before. So Chris, if you heard the question, right?
Yes.
He's married, y'all.
I am here. I've actually been through that situation where it was extreme on both sides. So where I was dating a girl who did not, well, in the realm of talking, where we were getting to know each other, she didn't believe it was right to talk to anybody else. So we weren't even dating, and she felt like it was wrong to talk.
Oh.
Because I liked her so much, I sacrificed me talking to somebody else, which, and looking back on it, I don't know if this was the best decision, but so I think that you have to establish, you have to have that drawn out in the beginning. Like that needs to be pre-established. It needs to be a conversation and say, hey, look, this is where we are, and in my understanding, we are dating or we're talking rather, and so I'm free to do this or not do this. And how do you feel about that? And if they're not okay with that, you do not need to move forward. I think that's dangerous territory. Either way, because there's going to be at some point where there's going to be a tearing away. And I believe in the saying in the Bible, it says, "Do not awaken love before it's time."
Amen.
If you don't know whether you can just be with this one person, then you're not ready.
Period. That is real. All right.
You don't need
Don't force
to
it.
play with that person's emotions. You're trying to get a buffet. You're trying to fill a void. If you gotta have that many people at one time, that's what I think.
You know, that some people make dating a hobby. It is a thing. Like they're bored, so they just want to get a whole bunch of different people. So dating's a hobby. So don't make dating a hobby and pre-establish what it is prior to. That's what Chris thinks. I respect your opinion. I do have a different opinion. We're going to get to that in a second, though. I'm going to let the guests talk. That is good. He is married. So, I mean, it is good to be straight up.
If you're going to do all of that expansion of dating, you need to really make sure the garden is closed.
The garden? Y'all know what that is, right?
They should.
The garden. Okay. So, Brianna. The question was, is it okay to date more than one person while you're dating? And if you are dating more than one person, how do you let the other person know, or do you let them know at all?
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, you're asking me. Is it okay?
Yeah,
So
so putting it out there.
Okay, so it's okay to date more than one person if you have established that with the other person. If the other person is okay with that, then sure, date multiple people. Yeah, I see nothing wrong with that. And what's the second part? How do you tell them?
Yeah.
Or do
Tell,
you?
yes, tell them. Do
Be
tell
honest.
them. Yes, definitely be honest and open, because you don't want to be in a situation where they find out and then they're like, well, dang, I thought we had, I thought we were exclusive. And then that person's all upset with you because you weren't upfront and honest. So definitely just be upfront and honest. And if that person isn't open to you dating multiple people, then you need to have an evaluation with yourself. Okay, can I still date this person, or do
Figure
I
out
just
how
need
much you like them.
move on and continue dating other people?
That's cool. Cool with you, Snacks. It's okay.
Why you laughing before I even say something?
Because I feel like our minds are intertwined right now. Okay, Snacks, is it okay to date more than one person at a time? And if you do you let the other person know?
It's like the Reverend said. If you know you don't like sports, why be in a sports store?
Okay.
I say if you like sports and you in the sports store, what jersey will you choose? So
Okay. Okay, you gotta build it.
it's
Build it and they will
it's a
come.
lot of options in there.
Represent.
But I would say it's definitely a thing that is fair. But it could get shady if you think that it's exclusive and it's not, or if the person thinks they're farther along in the dating relationship than you're not,
Ooh, that's
or
so.
that you think you are.
Yes,
So
honey.
they may think, okay, we're about to seal this deal, we're about to become boyfriend girlfriend, and
Actually,
you may
I
not
was
be
seeing someone
thinking
else.
that.
I like them more.
You said what?
Actually, I
Or
was
you
seeing
like them,
someone else.
yeah, or something like that. So
So how do you let them know sex? I want to hear about your personal experience. What happened? What happened? Were you dating someone? Or have you ever dated two people and you were like, I like her, but I don't know if I like her more than her yet. So I'm going to keep talking to her, but I don't want her to know I'm talking to her because I don't want her to get turned off and go away.
I mean, so my parents have been together for over 30 years too.
Amen.
So
Bless
Alright.
me.
you know, one of the things he taught me is not to lie to a female. You know what you want. So don't act like you don't know what you want.
All right.
Okay.
So with that being said, if I'm not feeling her,
Ew.
then I would probably just cut it off.
Okay, good.
But if I
How
am
do you do
feeling
that,
her
though?
and somebody else comes in the mix, then I have to explore my options.
Yeah. So how do you cut it off, though?
I mean,
Oh, wait. Reverend McBride is something to
She's
say.
Go ahead, Rev.
Reverend McBride.
All right,
What do
we
you have
listening.
What do you have to say,
Go
Reverend
ahead.
McBride? We listening. Reverend McBride.
Oh, it's my time.
Go ahead. We heard you. Go ahead.
It's your time.
Well, I'm listening to the young man's talking, and I think he has a lot more wisdom than I have. But I'm really trying to define when does dating becomes a relationship. And I think we need to find out, because sometimes you stay in a bad relationship too long,
That's true.
and we just keep plodding along. Well, it's going to get better. Well, it's not going to get any better, and you need to know when to cut it off.
Leave him.
But if
See, we talked about that.
if you're in a dating situation, is it a relationship?
Right.
And I think this is what the young man was saying. You know, sometimes we just meet people and we just want to go out with them, but we don't want a relationship.
Commit.
Right.
So until you can establish what relationship you're in, then I think it's time to talk personal. But until then, we're just friends.
Right.
and not friends with benefits.
Hey,
But,
now.
you know,
Right.
so sometimes we mix up our identities. Like, what do you want? What do you want from me?
Mm-hmm.
And what can I give? What do I bring to the table?
Mm-hmm.
And I heard him say, he wants to be established and he wants, financially and personally. And I think that's a good idea to learn people, learn who they are, and learn who you are. What do you want?
Right.
Where do you want to be in 5 years? But I think he has more wisdom than I do.
Okay, Snakes, you got the approval of the gold.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
the Jersey metaphor.
Yes, it was the Jersey metaphor. Well, figure out what Jersey, what team you want to be on.
But yes. Just feel free, everyone even on the phone. Just feel free to just jump in whenever there's
Yes.
something that comes up that you have an opinion on.
Oh no, I wanna personalize this, okay? Because my mom always said dating has changed now in a big way that people date like they are like married sometimes, like they're in relationships almost as if they're married. And I want to say to my godmother, Miss K is my godmother, and my mom, when you were dating. At what point, when you guys were dating, did you date anybody else while you were dating someone else? If you did do that, how did you work that out to where it was like, okay? Because I think it was more common back then for you guys to date multiple people, but you guys also weren't giving away cookies and creams, and you were just dating, and you had prospects, and you had different ones, and guys knew that, and I think they were more okay with it. Am I right or am I wrong? How was that experience for you?
Take it away, Sister K.
I'm sorry, I only caught parts of it.
So back in the day when you were dating, was it okay? Did you date multiple people? And if you did, how did you handle that?
Well, thinking back 40 years, I just dated one person. And,
You dated one person.
yes, I dated one person. I didn't do multiple.
That's nice.
I, but that individual before I went someplace else. And if that didn't work out, then I broke off that relationship.
All right. So you dated one person. Okay, mother.
Before
Oh, sorry. So you dated one
You're
person.
really trying to get into my business.
No, I'm not. I just know
Okay,
what
Mom.
I know.
Okay.
Mom,
All right. It's my turn.
yes.
All right. All right. Well, as my sister Kay, I dated one individual at a time. I did not want the additional drama and juggling that could come with multiple dating. No, thank you.
Not at the same time.
No, thank you.
Okay. So, when you met my daddy,
When I met your daddy.
did you know somebody else at the time?
All right.
All right.
You're gonna take it there. Wait.
We're going there.
How much time do we have?
We got time for
We got
this.
time today.
How much time, really? How much time do we have?
Let's see. We have 12 minutes.
Oh my goodness, we gotta, okay.
Go ahead.
All right. I was dating someone else. And your daddy approached me. And I informed him that I was in a relationship. I was dating someone.
Oh,
that-
you were in a relationship.
I was dating someone.
Okay, clarify the difference.
And I did not date more than one individual at a time.
Okay.
So therefore, no. I would not date him.
Okay, so how long did he wait before you was like, okay, what's that?
And so then when my other dating relationship turned into, whereas that person, we were just dating actually, but I think the other person wanted to,
marry you.
When that individual, and being respectful, of the individual, but when that individual when we discussed things, and when I knew that no, this is not an individual I'm going to continue with, I cut it off.
All right.
And once that happened, then because from time to time he would check your daddy. You still relationship. And when that happened, then
Proceed.
we
Don't give up, guys. Don't give up.
we started dating.
Don't give up, guys. That is a testament to my guys. Don't give up. Just because she's in a relationship doesn't mean she's not your wife, okay? Things pass. Time moves on, okay?
Oh, the
Time
spice.
heals, all right?
But that goes back to knowing what you want, knowing who you are.
And that changes. Sometimes you might want somebody, you date them for a while, you figure out, no, this is not it.
But when is it not okay for it to change?
After 5 years. But also, I feel like people give you signs. Guys are more afraid to break things off than girls. They'll just be
As
like,
I say, when someone shows you who they are,
Believe them.
believe them and leave them.
Angelo.
Believe them and leave
Time to
them.
say that'll-
And I also share that if you believe, well, this is my covenant person, this is the person that God has given me, and you don't want to listen to anyone, then you have to go into counseling or therapy. That's still commitment, as we've talked about prior. But for women or men to say that, well, that's all right because I can fix them, you're already heading into trouble. You're going down the wrong path.
Turn around.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you don't, it's move on.
Move on.
There's someone else that you may be more suited to, and then if you do go to therapy and that individual may do it just to please you, then the remnants of that situation may remain, and or they may end up resenting you in the end.
We're trying to change them.
Exactly.
Because they were never yours. It's
So,
okay.
you
The shoe
know,
doesn't fit Cinderella.
Don't try to no. Leave. And that's why it's good not to have, and we didn't get into soul ties and all that. We're gonna have to have a part 2. Can you all join us maybe for a part 2?
Find out next time. on
Right,
Dragon
because we have some more things to dive into. I mean, we're getting deep. We're going deep. And maybe someone this all of this is our opinions, our thought processes, and we just want to maybe put information out there and have a discussion about the topic, maybe just so that someone watching can maybe be reflective. It may cause them to reassess their processes or even do more research on their own. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Miss Ella, I just want to ask a question for the part 2, so we don't. It's on recording, so y'all can remember it. So, based off of what you just said, which I agree with, but when you think back to like my grandma or my grandma's grandma, you hear things about like they've been together for 40 plus years. That's great, but they went through trials and tests.
Of course.
So what's the difference between trying to fix someone and just sticking it
Now,
out?
once you're
Wait,
married,
but you don't have to answer that right now.
Find out
there's
next
a
time.
part
Yeah.
2. Yes.
Find out next time.
We got a cliffhanger. I love it. I love it.
I just want to throw that out there for
Nah,
next
for
time because
real.
there is confusion on that.
Oh, we have answers. Yes.
Another answer that really needs to be defined, because even you slipped up a little bit, is what is
But
the
that
difference?
was because of who I was speaking to, and how you're, how you all are looking at
Millennial.
it, dating
The
or
word is
relationships.
millennial. You can
Now, if
say
I
it.
was speaking to others that were just in my,
You can
I
say
could say relationship, but they would know that
What
it was
mean.
still
Okay,
exactly.
yeah. So what is the difference? I
The
want this
parameters.
answered real quick.
We-
This is the last question, and it's only for you, Reverend McBride, Kay, and my mom, because we have our definition. But if we have time, y'all can answer it. What is the difference? Because it's back then versus now. Okay. Actually, I'll
We
just have
got a
one.
part 2.
I know, but what is the difference? Real quick, what is the difference between dating and in a relationship to you? Because you said you
I'm
had
gonna
to.
pass that on to Sister K.
Okay, Godmother K, what is the difference between dating and in a relationship? Because for some reason there's a disconnect between y'all's definition and our definition.
But I understand what you're saying.
Okay. Oh no. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Hello.
I think that.
Okay, Reverend McBride's ready.
Reverend
My
McBride.
definition of
Hold on, we gonna get
sorry.
it. Go ahead, Reverend McBride.
Okay, my definition of a relationship is commitment.
Mm-hmm.
When you make up your mind to commit to, it doesn't have to long term. But if you're in a commitment situation, I commit to you to be my girl, or I commit to you to be my fellow, and we go with that until we see if it's going to work or it's not going to work.
Right.
But just to be dating, it's just like, well, we have no commitment.
Right.
But
That's what we said.
if you decide that this might be serious, then pursue the seriousness of it.
Ooh,
If
pursue
it's
the
not gonna be
seriousness.
serious- if it's not going to be serious, then leave.
Right.
Cut it off at that point.
Yes.
Don't keep going. It's not going to get any better.
That's true.
That's real.
Not
Good
gonna
answer.
Get any better.
Good answer. I like that. So the
Sister K?
yes, Godmother K. What is the difference between dating and being in a relationship?
Commitment.
What was the question again?
It's
I'm sorry.
commitment.
What is the difference between dating and being in a relationship, committed relationship?
Dating is you're just getting to know the individual, and you have not made a commitment to that individual. That's yet. Being in a relationship is that you're making a commitment to spend for that one individual.
Monogamy. Yes. Okay. So monogamy. All right. So this is one thing I did have to say earlier. As far as dating is concerned, because dating is, getting to know someone. Relationships are a commitment. I do think it's okay to date multiple people. Well, not multiple. Let's say you're dating 2 people at one time. I think that's okay because you have not made a commitment to a person yet. You're just getting to know this person.
Right.
And you just have to remember what dating is. It's not bearing your soul and giving it all to them. I am private.
To a stranger.
Yeah, don't bare your soul to a stranger. I am outgoing, but I am not just going to tell you all my business. So I am going to get to know you. I'm not going to let you into my space in that way. And I think that's how we have to, as millennials,
I think you had some good home rearing.
oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I just think that is the best thing to kind of change the way we look at dating in this generation and not get our hearts and our souls so broken so quickly is realizing that dating and relationships are 2 different things. A lot of people are dating people and getting everything invested into it and then getting upset because it didn't work out or they're not the girlfriend. You were dating that person and you gave them everything they would have if they were
People
your
are
boyfriend.
dating.
Like they're married.
They consider themselves in a relationship. They're dating, but they have not been proposed to. And they are buying homes together, buying cars for the other person, signing their name down for the other person to receive a vehicle.
Financial.
Come on now.
So do not cross
Yeah,
those
that's
lines.
definitely backwards to me.
It's
wanna-
backwards.
I wanna
and it's a
introduce-
thing.
You can make a commitment to a home, but not to her.
Go ahead.
I want to
Yeah.
introduce y'all to a term for part 2. It's called a situationship.
A
Situationship
situationship.
2020.
All right.
And I don't even think they know what that is. My 20th century married folks.
Oh,
So
we might be a little bit,
Stay tuned for part 2.
Stay tuned to part 2 because we do have 3 minutes. So I will say this. My mom did say they did have a term called talking. I didn't think she knew what talking was. She said they did do talking. Before you date someone, you talk to them
Yes.
and get to know them.
We're
That's
just
snacks,
talking.
going out to eat. That's him talking to somebody.
Yes, we did.
So after-
Things go around the same. Men and women, not a lot
Yes.
has changed.
So
Maybe
next-
some of the terms, but
So next time we will talk about, situationships. We will talk about when you're in a relationship, the dynamics of it. Is there cheating? Is there such a thing as cheating if you're not married? That is a big debate right now. And
so we're gonna get really into it.
And what is
Yes, just a
cheating?
little bit more.
yes, before we go though, to find out next time, guys, we will have a part 2 of our relationships in 2020
Yes.
versus the 20th century, then and now. Turner Chapel AME Church.
Yes.
That is our church that we go to, and we are having a father-daughter dance. So we want to give everybody an opportunity to get tickets and to attend if you have a daddy.
Just go to the Turner Chapel AME.org website.
Yes.
And all of the information is there. It's happening February the 8th. It's going to be a daddy-daughter dinner dance. It's going to be fabulous.
What is the age requirement? Because there is an age requirement.
I believe it's 2 through high school,
Yes.
or 3 through high school. But as I said again, just go to the website.
So if you're in high school and if you have a daughter and she's in high school, you're trying to get your last hoorah before she goes off to college,
Oh.
or you got a little baby and she just learned how to walk and you're trying to get down.
Yes.
Turn Shop with Amy.
Just dance with her in your
.com
arms.
website. Get your
.org.
tickets. .org. And what is the date of the dance?
It's February 8th.
February 8th. And we want to thank our guests today, Ashley,
Yay,
Snacks,
yes.
Brianna, Miss
Yes,
K,
yes.
Chris, Reverend
Thank you,
McBride. We
Mama.
want to thank you so much.
Thank you so
And
much.
this has been brought to you by
Seven
Thank you
Springs
for
Studio.
asking
Seven
me.
Springs
Thank you for
Studios.
all the
And-
comments.
Yes, we wanna
Thank you,
thank-
Go ahead.
young people.
We want to thank Seven Springs
Excuse me,
Studio.
Reverend McBride saying something. Go ahead, Reverend.
We got 5
I said thank you for inviting me, and I've really learned something from the young people.
Yes,
Thank you. Now we're gonna have to give you the dates because you're gonna have to come back with us when we do
Yes,
part 2.
yes, it
And
sounds like they're on the right track.
amen.
Are we on the right track, y'all?
And we are Royal Ladies of Truth.
Brought
And-
to you by Seven Springs Studio.
Yes, living my possible.
Living your possible.
Yes, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And with God,
All things are possible.
Yes.
She actually took my verse. I was
next
supposed to say the
time,
first one.
it's all right. It's all right. It's all good.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Thank
Woo!
you.
Part 2. When is part 2? In 2 weeks.
We will let you know.
We'll let you
Be
know.
looking out for it.
Be looking out for it.
All right.
Wee! Thanks, guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
You guys
Thank
are great. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Are we still rolling?
Thanks.
Producer, that's a wrap.